Okay, going on number 8 is Nine Inch Nails' Downward Spiral. They're a progressive industrial band. um, this is definitely my favorite album by them. A lot of you may know the song called Closer by them. Definitely one of my favorites, and Hershey on there, and War of Pigs, I think it's called, the song. I forget. I'm out of it. But yeah, Nine Inch Nails. All of you guys know Nine Inch Nails. So check out the Downward Spiral if you haven't, by Nine Inch Nails. Came out in 1984. Great album. Number 8. Number 7 on the list is Iced Earth, Burnt Offerings. This album came out in 95. This band is a metal meets thrash meets power metal. But this album, definitely my favorite. I listened to all the other albums. It's definitely not as good as this one, though. You know, there's some albums out there that just don't stack up between one album. It's like that for mostly everyone for a band. But this album is definitely the most roughest album of them all. It's awesome. The self-titled song is my favorite on there, Burnt Offerings. Yeah, check them out. Iced Earth leads at number 7. Coming out at number 6 is Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time, and Brave New World. I have those two equal to each other because, like I said before, one of my other bands I put it as, I'm going to have a couple more that's going to be like that. But those two are like my two favorites because they have two different kind of sounds. Somewhere in Time has kind of like a futuristic, electronic-y metal sound. I don't know if that sounds kind of weird, but it's really cool though. A lot of the songs are fast too, which I like. But Brave New World has a different sound too. It kind of sounds like how, I don't know. It kind of sounds like a lot of the other '80s stuff besides Somewhere in Time. But this is definitely when the lead singer Bruce Dickinson came back. He went solo for a lot, for like 10 years, like 8 years in the '90s when he left Iron Maiden. Then they got like someone else, forgot his name. Then they came out with a couple of albums featuring the other guy, which the ratings weren't doing pretty good for Iron Maiden at that point. But yeah, check out Somewhere in Time and Brave New World by Iron Maiden. There's great other ones, don't get me wrong. There's Seventh Son, The Killers, Number of the Beast, Peace of Mind. All great albums, great metal band. Check them out, Iron Maiden. Number 6. Okay, number 5 is I put another duo. I have Nirvana, Nevermind, and In Utero. Nirvana, not much to say. Nevermind started more of the trend of the grunge era. I mean, their other album, the first album, Bleach, that came out in '89, that's what it really actually started. But Nevermind really started the mainstream flow, starting kind of like in the '90s right there. It came out in '91, Nevermind, and In Utero came out in '93, which was their technically last album. But Nevermind is actually more of a punk album, believe it or not. And In Utero, that came out in '93, is more actually like a grunge album. So they're both equal to me. So it was kind of hard to choose from one another. But I guess if I really had to choose, it'd probably be Nevermind. But yeah, that's that. Okay, and that's number 5, Nirvana. Number 4 is Oasis, What's the Story, Morning Glory. Every song perfect. This album came out in '95. The band's like a Brit-pop, alternative rock band. Great album, not much to say, I just love it. Listened to this throughout ever since it came out. Check it out, What's the Story, Morning Glory. Okay, number 3, and here's my top 3. The third one might be a surprise to a lot of people because it's kind of random, I guess, compared to the next two. But number 3 is Lost Prophets. I have Start Something as my number 3. Start Something, the album, that in particular, and just the band in general. Like, let me just put it out there. Every album they come out, except for maybe the first album, but every album, they emphasize so much on lyrics. It means so much to me, the lyrics. They're technically almost my favorite band, but, you know, the other two bands after that I've been around longer with listening to and everything, but Lost Prophets really put the biggest toll in lyric wise. Check them out. Lost Prophets. I have Start Something is my favorite. I'm always gonna put these other two albums in the list because they're like almost all equal to me. But Start Something is where I really started at and listened to them back in 2004 is when the album came out. I have the album Liberation Transmission. Not many people like that, but I love it. And the Betrayed, which was their 2010 album. Liberation Transmission was 2006. But Start Something is my favorite album. You should really check them out. Lost Prophets, one word, not separate words. Lost Prophets, one word. Okay, number 2, and this is almost difficult because the one album on here is my favorite from the band, more from where number 1 is, or if that makes any sense. But I like this metal thrash album more than the other metal album after this, but the number 1 really kind of takes over number 2 because there was just so many albums that they had that kind of make it my favorite. But number 2 is Megadeth. Rust in Peace is my favorite. Is actually my favorite metal thrash album of all time. But my favorite album by Megadeth itself is Euthanasia. It separates more from the two of Rust in Peace and Euthanasia. Euthanasia is more kind of like, reminds me more of the Black Album from Metallica. It kind of reminds me of that. More slower songs, more on lyrics and everything. Rust in Peace is more faster, heavier riff songs and everything. Badass, but I put Rust in Peace and Euthanasia on there just because of those two separate reasons. So, that's number 2, Megadeth, Euthanasia, and Rust in Peace. Rust in Peace came out in 1990. Euthanasia came out in 1994. Definitely ranks in my number 2. It's definitely close to number 1. But my number 1 albums of all time, and actually my favorite band, is Metallica. So, I mean, big surprise, not really, but a lot of people's favorite band is Metallica, but they've always been for many years. So, my main albums I love by Metallica, my favorites are Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and the Black Album. I put them as all of them as my 3 favorites, all those 3, because they're my favorite band and I love every album from them, actually, all of them except for Saint Anger. But we're not going to get into it. But Ride the Lightning is technically my favorite, but I like just to add them all for the heck of it. But anyways, I actually don't have much time left. I have a few seconds left, but I just want to say this is my top 30 favorite albums of all time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comment, rate, all that below, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.